Hello everyone, Anthridge here again with the Bloody Point, another PlanetSide 2 video. In this one I'm going to provide an example of cutting off a territory. In PlanetSide 2, the fighting over these individual stations are in a greater context of territory control. The individual stations are connected via what are called lattice lines. Here you can see we've taken a station and we have the opportunity to cut off the biolab by, instead of attacking it first, we're attacking the station that's connecting it to the rest of the TR faction's territory. So I've moved the squad waypoint to that location, indicating that's where we're going to go. I've said that in voice chat as well. The general population, or puppies or blueberries as they're called, just the regular random faction players on our side, will go to the biolab. Once we take the station that will cause the cutoff, it'll make their fighting there much easier. Cutting off a station from the rest of the territory via the lattice has a number of consequences. The first one being the respawn timers there are longer. It goes from 5 to 15 seconds. Now this affects both sides, but generally in the case of a cutoff, that favors the attackers. It also means that you can no longer spawn into that hex, that station, from anywhere. You have to actually be there to deploy there. So you can't go from halfway across the map to that station to defend it. You have to travel there manually, via air, in a galaxy or a vehicle, etc. So it basically makes taking and holding the station easier. And in the case of a biolab, this is extremely important, because the biolab is one of the stations that allows you to kind of spawn. It has these satellite spawn rooms. There are ways to spawn in other stations or travel to them through the teleporters, etc. It's also generally like a farm, an infantry fighting farm for certs and experience. So that's the plan. Here we have a point hold that is pretty interesting. We have I don't know if the forces are of equal size. It's really hard to tell because I can only see the ones that are showing up on the map since I'm in the room. But we do get assaulted fairly aggressively here, and we're going to try and hold this as long as we can. You can see the timer on the left side indicating how long we have to hold this point before the station becomes ours, and then we have control of the vehicle terminal, the resupply terminals, and of course the spawn room becomes ours, and we will cause the cutoff of the biolab. We have an actual good mix. Not everybody in my squad. Some of them people are not in the squad, but we have a max, an engineer, one medic. We have looks like a heavy perhaps, and we have an infiltrator. The infiltrator should be dropping dots out, recon darts rather. I don't see those anymore. They were there initially, but now they're gone. I actually asked him to do that. I make sure he has a resupply to replace them, because that really helps in preparing for attacks. This particular station has 3 approaches, 3 doors, and you have to keep an eye on all of them. Here we have an enemy max, so I'm going to go behind cover and make sure our max stays up and that I don't die. So these little point holes are pretty fun. They're intense. The coordination with the squad is always helpful, and a lot of the coordination with people outside of the squad happens naturally. Everybody knows what has to be done in these cases. People will put turrets up. They will put shield regen or health AoE effectors, like you see there up. The medic dropped that. We're getting a lot of grenade action. A point hold like this is a good place for the anti-ordnance tactical slot thing that you can get. It's a deployable that you can earn through merit points, and it will reduce the damage you take by grenades, which is really helpful in a confined space like this. So less than a minute left. The max has died. This could have been a problem if they had pushed us hard here. Fortunately, the medic is on top of it, reviving the max. It takes longer than a regular person, and then I'm going to heal him back up. The max is a very discouraging force in a point hold. The max can't contribute to the capture himself. He needs infantry to do that, but he will, be a strong deterrent against enemy infantry pushing the point. So looks like we're gonna be fine here. When you're holding a point, you know, you can all be in the point and try and hold it that way, which can be strong but dangerous. You can also try and extend your force outward towards the enemy spawn, and we have a few people doing that. So we've managed to hold this off. It was a great effort, and now because of that, we have succeeded in cutting off the biolab, which has the consequences I mentioned earlier, and that will allow us to have an easier time of defending our connected stations. You can see that it's a different shade of red, meaning it has been cut off. This was a really early morning, so there's not a lot of population on, but still some fun small-scale fights. And it's a really great example of some of the more strategic aspects of the game where you make decisions based on the actual map. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you as always for watching.